and put it on YouTube. All right, so dollar index, taking it from the monthly time frame, it has been on the bearish move. It has been on a bearish trend because we've already established this initial impulse, and then we've seen this clear correction. So what we're expecting to see is a continuation to the downside. At least we want to see price test this level, at least to this point, right? So let's even assume that the market broke out of this zone. So let's even see a retest. So we want to see the market come all the way down to this point. So if it does that, then we should be expecting to see a potential teacup, right? Potential bearish teacup formation. So when that happens, then our sell bias will be completely confirmed. Our downward trend will be completely confirmed because it will be obvious that the market is going to continue in the downward trend. So there is a support level here, and this level is yet to be tested. So it's been tested once. So this would technically be the second test. So how price reacts at this level, at this zone, will now help to concretize our reason to take the trade. But other than that, the DXY is on a very long-term sell, right? It's on a very long-term sell. We're selling gold the whole of last week, and we're buying euro dollar the whole of last week. We said euro USD is on a long-term buy. As of last week, it was at 1.08, right? Before the close of the market, it was already selling at 1.12. So that's to tell you the tremendous amount of move. So imagine you've been holding that trade from 1.08. That's a lot of peak move. That's a lot of peak move. So DXY is already showing us a potential bearish teacup. So it's obvious that this sell move is going to be long term. Okay. So the sell is still there. There really is nothing much to look at. The sell is still there. The rhombus-like formation is also still there. Price didn't take out that initial move. So price didn't take out that initial move. It's still there. So our sell bias is still holding. Euro US is also still going to buy. That's one of the things about trading long term. You just, like some people will be like, oh, I made money this week, oh, let me make money next week too. But if you're already in a winning trade and you're already holding that winning trade, you don't necessarily need to be taking trade every day of the week. You just have to, stick with the ones that you're already in running and be managing your profit. But for this week, seeing as the sell happened the whole of last week, for this week, we just expect to see a pullback. So let's just drop down to the 4 hours time since we already created a bias, the bias to sell. So let's drop down to the 4 hours time and begin to see the levels or areas where we'll likely re-enter the market. So the areas of re-entry will be at the point where the pullback is complete. So you can see how the market gave this very sharp, very sharp rise. Oh boy, this market is crazy. So let's flip this level. Let's flip this level and see. So this is a clear 78.6 zone, right? Remember, we're looking to sell. So see what the market did, a sharp spike to the eye, and then a drop. So we're expecting that clear continuation. So this will be our possible entry zone. This will be the possible area where we'll look to enter. Let's just see price complete the move. Let's see price complete this move so that it is very comfortable. I'm like, okay, I'm done with this move. I've completed it. Then we can now begin to enter. So see, boom, boom. So from this point, this technically is a bearish rhombus formation. All right, this is a bearish rhombus formation. So we want to see price clean out or complete this rhombus pattern, and then we'll now begin to sell from this point. So that will be your sell point. That will be your sell point, the 104 point. So this move will likely play out this week, maybe Monday, Tuesday. And then by Wednesday, which is technically the reversal week, we'll now begin to look for entries. So Euro USD, the pullback will be for the sell. So we'll be expecting to see an inverse of this. So the pullback will be for the sell on Euro USD. then enter the market at the appropriate point. So this would be your potential sell zone. This point right here, the point where you look to sell, while the inverse of it will be for EU, we look for the potential buy zone. All right, so let me mark out this zone. And look for entry around here. So let's go check Euro USD. Seeing as we've already seen the buyers for DXY. So DXY will be looking for that. We're looking for price to give us that that pullback entry. All right. So EU also looking for price to also give us that pullback entry. So technically, you could take it from here. You could take it from here. Let's just take it from here and see what it will give us. So take it from here. Let's just try to target 78.6 because the bigger the impulse, the bigger the correction. That's just a general rule. So if you see a market with a very, very long impulse like this, then expect a very, very clear correction. It might not be a 50%, it might be up to the 61.8 to 78.6. That's one of the things you also look out for. See a very clear, pullback or retracement. So target the 78.6 level of retracement and then take your market. So we're expecting to see this for this week, and then this will be our buy zone. So it won't be a bad idea to swing this long term. It won't be a bad idea at all. So once you can catch an entry from this point, you know that it's just for you to just just go and ball. Of course, your risk comes 30 pips below the 100. You set your stop loss around there. All right, so this will be the point where you enter the market from. So until price gives you this entry, you don't really have any business with this market. Trading is as simple as that. So you're watching EU, you know your zone. So this is the zone. What's the zone? 1.09. Yes, a lot of people picked it up from 1.07 and rolled it all the way to 1.14. I was going to say 1.12, say 1.14. Crazy like that. So we're expecting to see at least how many pips pullback would this be? Where's our entry? Alright, 42 pips pullback. So we're expecting to see at least that 40, 50 pips pullback and then follow the market all the way up. So it could be here, it could be here. What I do, I set buy limit. I set for buy limit here and I set buy limit here and I allow the market. So the initial buy limit, the 61.8 buy limit, I'll probably use 0.05. And then the 78.6 buy limit, I'll use 0.1, 0.2, or 0.3. But this small lot size will be for this initial entry. So should market continue to drop, my account will be able to handle the drawdowns and I won't be running into any margin trouble. So Euro USD, wait for that pullback. Once the pullback is complete, take your trade. Right, it's clear like that, especially with the economic upheaval, the economic stuff going on around with the euro. So check out euro. Wow, this is just crazy. So check out euro odd. I drew this out last week, waiting to see price react, but it didn't. So what did it do? It completed that V. So this is technically a V top. All right, this is technically a V top. So it completed a V top. Now the market has come all the way down here to this point. So let's see what we can see on this zone. Let's go to the monthly time frame. Let's see what we can see on this zone for euro odd. What's happening in this zone? Okay, this zone initially has just been the zone where the market has just been playing around up down up down. It's not exactly a concrete zone. It's not a zone to watch. It's not a major zone based on the monthly time frame. But let's see it on the daily. Okay, so on the daily time frame, what we're just seeing is the completion of the V top. So technically, we could call this a break and a retest, right? So price broke out of this zone, came all the way down to retest. Let me see if I can see any pattern. You guys should look. If you can see a pattern, unmute your mic. Then let's analyze the pattern together. If you can see a pattern, unmute your mic. Because currently, I can't really see any clear pattern right here. don't know why trading view. I started messing up my drawings. Okay, I can't really see much. Just this wedge right here. And technically, price has broken the wedge, and this is a technical retest. Bougie. So break, clean break like that. Complete retest. The zone here. Good. So what do you think the bias would be? Drop your answer on the comment section. What do you think the bias is for this one? What can you see? What do you think we'll be looking to do this week when the market opens? What are we looking to do this week? Buy or sell? What are we looking to do this week? I'm waiting. Oh crap. Can you guys hear me? What's the bias on euro or based on what you're saying? What's the bias? I drop all your answers in the comment section. What's the bias? What do you think we'll be looking to do right now for euro or?
Dora, can you zoom out a bit so that we see what pattern is forming at the end of the week there? Thank you.
Okay. Is it okay like this now? Is it okay
Yes.
like this? Okay.
Yes.
Because technically what I was analyzing was that there is a wedge right here, right? And you can see how price did a clean break. So that very clean clear break and came all the way down to do a full retest, like a complete retest of that level with the wedge and the support zone, everything. So at this point, you can use them out a bit. So at this point, it's very clear that we're looking for buys. That's just what we're looking for at this point for euro odds. We're looking for buys for euro odds at this point. All right. So this is our zone. This is the zone we're watching. If you may, you might even extend this further. You can even extend this further. This is the zone we're watching. This zone right here. So what do we need to see on the 15 minutes time frame? I'll go look for the reversal pattern. So that's what I'll look for, reversal pattern or reversal candlestick formation. So that's what I'll look for. I already have my zone marked up. So what I want to see is that reversal pattern. So it could be a W, it's clearly looking like one. It could be a second leg of the W. Alright. Could be a second leg of the W. Or it could just be, so it could either stop here or it could come all the way to give us a clear second leg of the W. Or it could just be an inside bar W formation. So either way, I'll be looking to buy this. So this is the point of entry. So the market will either come all the way down here to give us that clear, beautiful second leg of the W, or the market will just stop right here and go all the way up. So my bias for euro odd is to look for buys at this point. That's my bias for euro odd. Look for buys. So gold, we already created a bias for euro USD and euro odd. Euro USD, the bias is a buy, but we're going to wait for that 78.8% pullback or retracement before we even think about taking that trade. All right, so that could, happen on Monday, Tuesday, then maybe by Wednesday, but we don't really know when. So you always want to look at your chart and make sure that your zone is intact. So gold, the bias is still a sell. For those of you who cashed in on it last week, congratulations. So the bias is still a sell. But what are we going to do now to sell? So, okay, the reason why I did this, somebody was asking me that if he wants to buy gold, and I'm wondering that you want to buy gold, why? And he said his bias is a buy. I said, okay, share your bias with me. It was blowing big grammar. I'm like, in this day and age, after Corona, you're still blowing big grammar in Forex. You either see it or you don't see it. You don't need big grammar in Forex. All right? This market doesn't need big grammar. It's either you're buying or you're selling. So I had to do this for him to see that we're expecting a pullback, like a clean pullback at this point for gold, all the way to this point, before we'll even clearly see a buy, then before the ultimate sell. But for now, anybody buying gold would just be, wasting time. Because I mean, think about it. It makes sense, doesn't it? If you are an investor, you want to invest in gold. Say you are like Warren Buffett, or you have a lot of money to invest in. You want to invest in gold. Will you be buying at this price? It doesn't make sense. The same way you go to the market and you want to buy something, and then they're giving you a kind of price that you're like, and you know that there will be a time when this thing will drop. Will you go and buy at that price, knowing that there will be a time when the market will drop for you to buy at a better price? Same thing happens also in the Forex market. You don't just buy because it's there. You buy with sense. I buy at reasonable levels, buy at reasonable prices. So the market is here. Even if it's going to be bullish, not many people will be buying at this point because it doesn't make economic sense to be buying here. They'll try to dip it first, dip the market so that they'll buy and cash in or cash out big. So why would anybody want to be buying here? All right, it just doesn't make sense. So the drop, the sell is going to be long term. So we're targeting it selling all the way to the 1600, even to the 59, because gold can be crazy. It can just spike all the way down. It can just even come all the way here. Can even come all the way here to the 1510, just because it can, just because it is gold. It'll come all the way down here and just before it will now go up. So no buying for now. No matter how whatever it is you're reading on the news, no buying for now until you're confident enough to see that they really flushed it, because they will flush you real good before they'll now start buying. Remember what gold is. It is a commodity. It is an asset. It's something that people invest their money in. It's a safe haven. So no one wants to be investing in a safe haven that is expensive. They always want to get it cheap so that they will cash out big. So the bias for gold is still sell. But you will drop down to 15 minutes time frame or the 1 hour time frame to see your entry. So for those who are out of the market, of course you don't want to jump in for the sell now. You want to wait to see clear price action. So based off, let me see what's happening here. Okay, so we're seeing that clear trend. Swing low, swing high, swing low. What are we expecting now? A swing high. So it's just clear like that. So we expect to see a little swing high, just a little swing high, and then from here we take the market to the low. Just makes sense, doesn't it? Right? Just follow it down like that. Then we now begin to get away. Go to the bank, look on a bookie and change your dollar. Just say, yo, Aboki, I want to change $500. You say, questo. Okay, so, what's up, my friend? Stay there, Jerry. What's wrong with you? So wait for that pullback and sell. Well, let's see how many the fib ratio. And when gold is just dropping, and the pullback used to do is very tiny, like tiny pullback. It doesn't do major pullback. Tiny 23.6, 23.6. That is here we give you 23.6 pullback. This is 23.6. So you can just wake up on Sunday now and you just see that the gold market is just continually selling. So don't get afraid. Someone says afraid of gold. You don't need to be afraid of it. You just try to minimize your lot size. You don't try to go greedy with it. So it's on this 50, it's on the 23.6. So let's just target. Let me see something. Hold on. Okay, so we technically expect to see a corrective wave here. We do that a lot, especially for the Elliott count. You might see a little W formation right here. So let me take this out. So I might just see a little W formation right here. So you might see that. Will this one work? Oops. You might just see a little W formation right here. Right, that little correction. Then you enter yourself from there. You might just see that like this. Hmm? Hmm? Comprehendo? Follow your market. So the bias is to sell, wait for pullback and sell. Any question? Any contradiction? Oh, see that NAS 100. Monica, did you trade that your NAS 100 that you pointed out? Did you trade it?
I forgot selling, but trading it.
Hey, you know when we saw it that Sunday, as in the level was just crazy like that point. It was just crazy. But I think it's still ripe. Yeah, it's still ripe. It's still ripe,
Okay.
especially with the George Floyd craziness that's going on, Black Lives Matter, and all of the excitement going around the US. I just see
Yeah.
some. I expect to see more sales. All right, I expect to see.
It's a good instrument to trade,
Yes,
and especially if you have good analysis, it can grow your account.
especially yeah, can grow your account. Can grow your account 0.0.
Hello. When we were looking at it last week, it was that it's gotten to a peak. Hopefully, there should be some sell. I was
Yes.
a bit surprised at the figures that came out, and their indices just kept flying higher in the face of zero interest rate and all that.
And all that.
I mean, how far up would it go?
This NAS 100. I
Yes.
really have. Currently is at 98.0, so it's probably going in for 1,000. That will be the peak.
Wow.
So let's see the highest that's gone. This is technically the highest it has gone. So see the previous high, this one right here. This is the previous high, this, right? So technically the market has tested the previous high. So usually at points like this, they tend to try to break boundaries. They've tested the previous high. They might want to just extend it further just because, especially when they know that there will be a lot of sellers lurking around the zone. So they want to test it further just because. But let's drop down to lower time frame. But this zone right here, this zone is just good enough to sell. This zone is just good enough to sell. Check it out. So this is what we call the is it vector candle, or just one of those candles that they use to wreak havoc. So they've used this candle now to wreak havoc, and see how the market closed last week. See this massive bullish engulfing candle to lure traders in, to push you into buying, to trick you into believing that this market is going on. It's just shooting up all the way to 2,000. And see what happened next. So when the market
That's an inside candle now, right? The smaller one.
smaller one, the inside bar.
Yeah.
So it's when the market opens now, how this candle will form, what the formation will give us now is good enough for us to sell. Because this is already based on candlestick formation, based on price action. This is a good sell signal. But meanwhile, those who have sold earlier, they hit all the stop losses, taking them out, clean them out, and they're out. But see right here, I think this week. So Monica, you didn't miss much. I don't think you missed much. I think this week the sell will be ripe. This week. And I think this NAS 100 is something as US 100. Do you have it written as NAS 100 with your broker, Mrs. Oluremi? Your broker. Do you have it as NAS 100 with your broker?
I'll just confirm that and get back to you now.
Okay, all right, no problem. So based off the bearish channel that we can see here, you can see that with the bearish channel, price is equally at the sell zone, resistance zone. Based off regular support and resistance, price is also at the supply zone. So this week, sell NAS 100. Right, this week just sell it. Sell is ready, sell is ripe. They've rigged all the havoc, cleaned everybody out. The market is ready to go. Oh, the way all these excesses are.
Okay,
Oh,
I think I
wow.
have it as teacher. I think I have it as US Tech 100.
US Tech 100. Okay, that's mostly the way it's represented.
That's
US Tech 100. I,
yeah.
I think that's the same way Adesi has it with his broker too, because I know he traded last week. US 100.
Yes, that's true. US 100. That's what I get from Forex.
Okay, hotspot is good. So
Yeah.
see this analysis we did the previous I think the last class. You can see how we were expecting that what you might call it now, that correction. So see how the market has just come all the way down here to this zone. So for this week, we expect the market to give us that corrective wave. I'm not going to buy it. I'm just waiting. Funny enough, I don't have GZA with my broker. Like my broker doesn't have GBP ZA. It only has US ZA. Chukwemeka, are you on this call? Is Chukwemeka?
Yes, I am.
What
I'm on the
what broker do you use to trade GBP ZA? Because I know you trade it.
Hot Forex.
Hotforex. Okay, Hotforex has GBP ZA. Okay. Mine doesn't have. It only has US ZA. So this corrective wave, once it plays out, we're good to go. So once it plays out like that, we'll probably target it all the way to the zone. Target it all the way to this is the 50%. Okay, we just take it to 61.8%. So that's a correction right there. And after that, the market is ready to continue the downtrend. Let me see what's here. Okay, so before we begin to look at the GBPs, let's check Euro GBP. We've done a lot of analysis today. If this thing goes off, you guys should join again. Just time out soon. So Euro GBP, let's check Euro GBP and see what it has for us. I think someone who shared a Euro GBP chart. Someone saw a head and shoulder or something. Can't remember who.
Yeah, I saw the head and shoulder last week. But it just finished forming the second leg of the shoulder, the right shoulder.
Okay, this is right. So we're expecting the market now to finish it up this week. So that head and shoulder is more like the corrective wave. So it is all the way to this point. It's all the way to this point. So I'm not really seeing a clear bias for Euro GBP. Let me see if I'll see if I'll see clearly on the weekly time frame. I don't really have a clear bias. I used to have, but right now it's all scattered, so I'm not even going to bother myself with it. I can't really see. I can't see clearly what it's trying to show me. There's a lot of buying moves. The only thing that's clear right now is this head and shoulder that we can see on the flowers. So maybe, just maybe, we sell it up all the way to this point. But there's something you need to know about head and shoulders. The market tends to repeat the shoulder twice. All right, tends to repeat the shoulder twice. So if that second shoulder acts as resistance, the market tends to return to that same level to test it again as a way of going back or touching, as a way of touching down, so to speak. So it bounces off here and go all the way back to retest it, and then before we now see the clear sell. So the shoulders tend to occur twice. So do that and then massive sell. So let's keep an eye out, because when that sell is ready, it will be a very good sell. To be a very good sell. So this week might likely see that to take. Enjoy the money. Okay, so that's that for Euro GBP. Looking out for sales. Any other buyers? I think Chukwemeka already has Chukwemeka and Sharon already has buyers for GBP CHF. That's bullish, right? So this one now supports your bias for GBP CHF being bullish, because Euro GBP is kind of like the inverse or GBP CHF. So if you're seeing a bearish euro GBP, then supports your bullish bias GBP CHF. All right. So you shared this sometime. So we'll see that little pullback. So this is break. Let's see that retest and then follow the market all the way up. Let's see how many pips this will likely give us. Or how many level. So let's see to this point. Let's see to this point or this point. Then take your buy. Hold on, let me clean this out. Let me clean this out and see. And see this on a monthly time frame because I've actually been looking to go long term on GBP CHF. Looking to go long term on GBP CHF. All right. So can you see how clean, how simple it is? It's just buy like that. Even somebody that's just coming into Forex will know that it is buy. All right. Just clear. So enjoy your GBP CHF buy. It's going to be worth it. Okay. So I'm going to end this meeting now, and then I'll restart it because this is the one I'll share on my YouTube channel. And then I'll restart it. And when I do, you guys will share your chart and show me what you want to trade for the week. Is that okay? See you in a few minutes.